Welcome back. The Ovambenderu community will gather in Okahandja to remember the aggressive and colonial land appropriation policies carried out by imperial German authorities during the late 1800s. This is the 128th commemoration. And to speak to us more on the significance and plans, of course, also including the activities that are going to be taking place, is the organizing committee member, Kariyama Njarakana. Very good evening to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
Absolutely. What was the significance of the Battle of the Otjunda? Is it Otjunda?
Yes.
Otjunda, in the Ovambenderu history, and how did it impact their community?
Yes, thank you, and good evening to the viewers as well. Yes, the Otjunda battle, it was one of the worst in the history of Ovambenderu,
right,
because one of the supreme leader, cultural leader, which the king, or the late king Kahimemwa, Hiyakunga Iringubova, was executed by the colonial German forces because he refused, totally refused, to collaborate with the enemies, because he vowed that he will not give land to the strangers, and the reason why he was so brutally killed by these imperial German forces. Now, this event itself, it's a cultural rejuvenation against modern threats and challenges, because, as you know, the history of Ovambenderu and the Vanderu community as a whole, they were wiped under the carpet after the death of their supreme leader.
Yep.
So the reason why we annually commemorate and remember this day to ensure that our cultural heritage and norms are not perish.
Yep.
So it have to be passed from generation to generation.
Absolutely, and this is the 128th commemoration. So what message do you think the Ovambenderu community wants to convey through this annual commemoration and of the Battle of the Otjunda? And how does it relate to their current struggles and challenges that you just mentioned in the modern day?
Yes, one thing that we have to also understand, or why this, is that if even after the death of their supreme leader, the late King Kahimemwa, the Ovambenderu, they were hardly mentioned. It was ordered that this tribe should not be mentioned ever. They were just be put under the Ovaherero. So that's why you can even hardly hear, or mostly people, they only know about Ovaherero, or they have been classified as Ovaherero. But this is a tribe on its own that we want to ensure that the identity of this tribe should not be rubbed under the carpet, should be known to the generation, have to be known that these people existed before, from the time immemorial. So therefore, that's why we have to ensure that every year or different occasions, these have to be commemorated to ensure that our identity remain valuable and be known to the generation of Ovambenderu. And coming also even to the genocide.
Yep.
These were the first people to be killed, for that matter, during that Battle of Otjunda. So that's why it's very important to ensure that we held such a cultural day to ensure that our identity remain valuable within the community, or the global community for that matter.
Very well. I grew up in Okahandja, and of course I grew up to see the rituals and all the other activities that take place during this commemoration. Talk to us about exactly what these activities are and what they mean when the commemorations are underway.
Yes, we have various cultural activities that are taking place, and with this, through these various activities, the message also is passed to the generation. It's narrating the history of Ovambenderu. It's narrating the identity of the Ovambenderu. Our cultural heritage is preserved through these cultural activities. Being Oshina, Onderera, or Ulilate, all these kind of things. There is a message that is passed, or that is being conveyed through all these cultural activities. So there are various activities that have significance, information that they are saying to the audience that are watching or attending such events.
Absolutely. And my favorite part is definitely the horse riding. So talk to us about where, if there are going to be any notable guests present or dignitaries who will attend the commemoration, and what will their roles be at this commemoration in Okahandja?
Yes, the first dignitaries are the Ovambenderu themselves.
Indeed.
Yeah, and then the entire Namibians are welcome to this event. Yeah, we do have some dignitaries like the Deputy Minister of the Urban and Rural Development, and His Excellency is the Vice President of the country, Honorable Nandi Ndaitwah. So there will be other dignitaries that will be attending, members of parliament and ministers and deputy ministers that will be embracing these occasions. So the Ovambenderu is there to ensure that they showcase the culture, their culture and all the traditional norms and values. The other people, because different traditional authority are invited to this event, they also have to come and narrate how the Ovambenderu, or how they know the history of Ovambenderu, or how their tribes, because this fight for the struggle for this country, the independence of this country, was not only based on one specific tribe or group. Right. So people join forces to ensure that they free themselves from all the colonial imperialists. So that's why normally we invite everybody to come and share their history, or how they are related, or how they manage to ensure that also this country remain free. So all the people, the government of the day have also come to listen to this tribe. What are their needs? And maybe how are they prepared to address the needs of that specific tribe that is hosting such an event? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kariama, for making the time to talk to us. Wish you all the best for the Day of the Green Flag this weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Kariama Njarakana, a member of the organizing committee of the event taking place this coming weekend, the Ovambenderu community that will gather in Okahandja to remember the aggressive and colonial land appropriation policies that were carried out by the imperial German authorities during the late 820,000s. Of course, this was also an event that also took place, and this is the 128th commemoration. So, of course, we'll be hearing more developments from there. That also wraps up today's edition of the Daily Roundup. We'll be back, of course.